I'm Rosa, welcome. So, are we actually gonna sit down and talk about books? Yes, we are. In my living room, surrounded by books. So, I said at the start of the year that I wasn't really gonna do TBR videos here for 2025 because I started school and I didn't know how much time I would have throughout the different months to read, and so it's kind of very limiting when you said 10 books that you want to read for that month, but it turns out that you maybe have time for 5, and then you have to read one of those 5 or one of those 10 books that you've decided at the start of the month. So I just didn't want to do that. However, I now have still over 2 months of summer break left, and so I've decided for my vacation I want to do at least here's 12 books that you could read. 12 books that I feel are books that I wouldn't necessarily pick up while I'm doing a group project, for example, or when we have not so much free time during school. But that I would be okay picking up here during summer break. So I have 12 books. Some of them are on my iPad, and most of them I have in a stack next to me, which is why I keep looking that way. We're gonna start, some of these you're gonna be like, yeah, that makes sense. That's a perfect summer book. And some of them you're gonna be a bit like, what's the reasoning here? Why does this make sense? I'll explain to you why, if I can come up with a reason. Let's get started with one of the ones that's probably obvious. Abby Jimenez's Just for the Summer, because I feel like this is a very summery cover. It's a very summery title, and also I am one of those, that was weird, and also I'm one of those girlies who's very much I feel contemporary romances are just perfect for summertime. I always, I read contemporary romances throughout the entire year. But for some reason, if contemporary romances had a season, I would definitely, hear me out. Okay, summer is contemporary romance, right? We can argue dark romance, but just romance. Cutesy, flirty, romances. Very bubbly, very maybe fluffy at times as well, but romance. Fall is cozy fantasy, but also mystery, a little bit of horror at the end of fall as well. But a lot of fantasy vibes to fall, but also the darker, spookier kind of books. Winter is up for interpretation. I would call it full-on fantasy, but I'd also throw in some sci-fi in there, and spring I don't really know, to be honest. I'm unsure about spring. Let me know if you have any ideas though. But this is a perfect summer book, I think. I say this as a person who have not read it. I read the synopsis while I was testing my microphone. So it's about a girl and a guy, and they're kind of they don't have good luck when it comes to dating. He keeps getting broken up with, and whoever he's been dating, they end up finding their forever partner after. Is that a thing, forever partner? Anyway, their final partner, I forgot. Their big love. I forgot what it's called. Anyway, after they've been dating him. As for her, I don't really know. But they find each other, and then they're you know what? We are two people who are so unlucky when it comes to dating. Let's beat this curse. So, they're gonna, what was it? When a woman slides into his DMs with the same problem, they come up with a plan. They'll date, break up, and cancel out each other's curses. Do you see? So, it's about them trying to navigate this, because apparently they start feeling for each other, and So anyway, Just for the Summer. I also have, which is not so summery, but I needed something else in there, and there's quite a lot of contemporary romances, and it was getting a little bit too many contemporary romances. There are too many in the stack. So, a dark romance, Butcher and Blackbird by Bryn Weaver. I don't actually fully know what these are about. I just know that they're supposed to be a little bit funny. Remember, dark romance with serial killers. Every serial killer needs a friend. Every game must have a winner. Something about stalking and, yeah, an annual game of blood and suffering. Sounds fun. Sounds like a good time. I don't know. As long as it doesn't take itself too seriously, I'm all for a dark, humoristic, humor-filled romance. Okay, so I hope these are good, but I've only heard good things about them. Kind of. I have the full trilogy now, So it better be good. Luckily, I'm a person who's very easily entertained, so we'll probably be fine. This one I actually got during December. Loving Romeo by Laura Pavlov, which was like everywhere around the time I got it. I hadn't seen it before, and then it started popping up everywhere, and then I got it as like a blind date kind of book. Like, I didn't know what book it was gonna be. I got 2 advent calendars, one with dark romance, which this is not, I think, but I'm not actually fully sure. My gosh, I should have fixed my nails before I started recording this. I am so sorry. I completely forgot. We are fixing that after. Please, ignore them. But they were popping up everywhere. Now I never see them again. It's so odd how that works, huh? So odd. But I think this is about like maybe small town. He's a fighter, like an actually like street fighter maybe. I don't think it's fully legit. I mean, there's a couple of boxing gloves. Punching gloves? What is with the language today? Oh, he's a boxer. I'm the boxer from the wrong side of the tracks. And she's like a rich kid. Or maybe not a rich kid, but like a rich girly. She sounds like she might be an heiress or something. Her family's enemy number 1, and it made her guilty by association. I despised her before I even knew her. It was easier that way. I wonder if her family has done something to him and his family, because I feel like I've seen that as well sometimes in books and like movies and stuff. Like, there's a lot of like, oh no, I fell for this girl, but like her family, and it's all a revenge plot against the dad or something, and then, you know, it ends up not really being possible to carry out revenge. I feel like I've seen that before. Then we have another one that I would say is kind of like a summer book. You with a View by Jessica Joyce. This one popped up everywhere at some point as well, and I think it's been quite popular. It's a contemporary romance. It's about a road trip that she goes on with, her high school rival Theo. Ignore this, it does this sometimes. It's just itchy. It's fine, we're gonna ignore it. But she has, her grandmother has passed, and she finds out some stuff about her grandmother, such as she had a secret love whose name is Paul, and so her high school rival Theo is actually Paul's grandson, and the two of them go on a road trip. Why? I don't really know. Who offers to take her on the honeymoon road trip he and Graham planned, but never got to go on. Okay, so that's what it is. They're basically going on this road trip that was planned ages ago. Kind of cute, kind of cute. We have one that when I purchased it, I saw it not really. I didn't see it everywhere. I saw it a couple of times. That was a lot, huh? A whole lot, a couple of times. But the people who had read it and were talking about it seemed so like wowed with this book that I put it in my cart, and I was like, okay, let's go. It's coming home to me. Promise Me Sunshine by Cara Stone, but like I don't actually fully know what it's about, I'm not gonna lie. I think a lot of feelings in this one, but like contemporary romance, there's always a lot of feelings. It does look very summery though, right? It does. I feel like it does. Grieving the loss of her best friend, a young woman finds her life turned upside down when she meets a grumpy stranger who swears he can help her live again. By the beloved author of Ready or Not. I don't really know, do I know Ready or Not? I don't know, but anyway. Is it Sunshine, is it Grumpy Sunshine, or is he just grumpy? Is she sunshiny and he is grumpy, or is it just like oh, I'm sad and a grumpy? There's quite a difference in chemistry there, but we'll see. I don't mind it either way. How do you find yourself after you lose the one you love the most? Well, I don't. I hope to never find out. That's too much to think about right now. We also have Miss Sally Hazelwood. Of course she's going on my summer TBR because I love Miss Sally Hazelwood. Problematic summer romance. This came out not too long ago, and it was also announced like a month prior to being released or something. I panic purchased this, and this is why it looks funny. It looks a little bit funny. Like, I'm not gonna judge it, but it does not look like my other Allie Hazelwood books. It's by Berkeley instead of Sear, and I'm very confused. I don't actually fully know what this is about. I just trust Miss Allie Hazelwood. It's It's a contemporary romance. It's supposed to be sort of in the same series as Deep End, but I don't actually think it's like a series. I think they're companion novels. And there's an age gap romance. She's 23 and he is 38. What I do need to know is, does she work in STEM or like something like that? It doesn't say. When Maya's brother decides to get married in somewhere, Taormina? I don't know. She and Connor end up stuck together in a romantic Sicilian villa for over a week. Does that sound like forced proximity to you? Because it sounds like forced proximity to me. Well, we'll see. A problematic summer romance. Define problematic. Like, is it just the age gap or are we talking toxic? I guess we'll see. This is more of like a spring one that I didn't have time to read during spring. But I had planned with the book club to read all of B.K. Borison's Love Light books over the course of a year. And unfortunately, I didn't have time to plan this throughout the spring because we had 2 group projects and I also had my exam project. So we're a little bit late with this one, but we're gonna read In the Weeds as well. So I'll actually, the plans for this one are going up, okay, the day that I'm recording this video. They're matchy-matchy. How nice is that? A Summer Indulgence. I thought it was a spring book. Which one is the spring book then? No, because the spring book is the blue, or the summer book is the blue one. Did we just completely altogether skip spring? What is this? Yeah, because Mixed Feelings, or Mixed Signals, sorry, is the fall book. So this is book 2. It comes after Love Light, which is the winter book. Chloe Lees, do you not know seasons? Not to call you out, but like, I am confused. Business Casual. Oh, no, that's the fall one. Mixed Signals. Well, that looks like a summer one. Are sunflowers not more spring? Maybe I'm just pretending that they're seasons based and they're actually not. Anyway, I'm sticking to my plan, okay? So we are reading In the Weeds. This is about 2 characters that you meet in Love Light. One is an influencer. Her name is Evelyn, and the other one, I can't remember what his name is. Beckett. Yeah, Beckett, and he works for the girl from Love Light, so he works on the Christmas tree farm. They run into each other one night. They have like a thing, and it's actually, you also kind of like sense this thing during Love Light as well, so, which is quite nice. I like that they got their own book, despite it being a little bit featured in Love Light. Or Love Light Farms, I should call it, because Love Light is the series. A grumpy farmer, a no-nonsense social media influencer, a small town of busybodies, and 4 very cute kittens. Yeah, because I think he gets the kittens during Love Light Farms, doesn't he? I'll admit, it was a little bit, it's been a while since I read it, because that was in December. But she's there because of the social media contest that happens in Love Light Farms, and they kind of have a thing, and then, you know, it's hard to let go of each other because this thing turned out to be a very good thing. And so it's about them and figuring that out, because she's actually only there to visit and he's very much like, this is where I live and I'm never leaving. I don't know how they're going to figure that out, but good luck to them. Then we have The Undermining, yes, of Twyla and Frank. I'm sorry, I keep like, here's the thing. The title for these books, I can't remember what the third one, Undercutting, I think it's Undercutting, and then 2 names. I don't know what undertaking really means. I don't know what undermining really means. And I don't know what undercutting really means, if that is the title of the last book. I'm not gonna look it up right now. Okay. But anyway. So I keep forgetting the titles for these books. I loved The Undertaking of Heart and Mercy. That is your title, right? Where'd you go? I love The Undertaking of Heart and Mercy. I have high hopes for this. I got it recently, and I'm really, really hoping that it'll be something like The Undertaking of Heart and Mercy, because that was just such a perfect book for me. They're romantasy, kind of, but they are written a little bit different from, you know, the typical romantasy that you might think of if I just throw out the word romantasy. I feel like they're a little bit more... See, Apprentice to the Villain as well is a little bit of a different one. And then Bride by Ali Hazelwood, again, because that one is written more like a contemporary romance. Apprentice to the Villain is a little bit more like, I don't actually know what I would compare that to. It's a bit of a funny one. I don't know why I feel like this, because I'm probably not right. I'm probably not correct about it. but I just feel like they're written a little bit differently. Maybe they are a little bit leaning contemporary romance, but there's nothing contemporary about these books. I don't actually fully know what this one is about either. I'm not gonna lie, I just trust because I loved The Undertaking of Heart and Mercy. I trust Megan Bennon. I almost said Brennan and I just got stuck on the word for a little bit. I'm sorry. I trust Megan Bennon. The town of Eternity was shocked when widowed, middle-aged Twyla Banneker partnered up with her best friend Frank Ellis to join the Tanrian Marshals. 8 years later, her career remains a welcome change from the domestic grind of mom life. Are they middle-aged? That is so cute. That's different as well. I like that. A dragon-sized footprint. Something about TNT and them working as marshals. I'm excited. I'm excited to get into this world again. I liked it in the first one, so we'll see how it goes. Before I get to those two, I have two more, and then I have two arcs. One which I'm very I should have read it last year, and the other one is coming out in July possibly, but I have, which one is this? Starsight. I'm sorry, I forgot what the second one is called. Starsight by Brandon Sanderson. This is the sequel to Skyward, and I have the whole series now, and I've been wanting to continue it ever since I read Skyward. I just haven't gotten to it. So I figured, you know, I want to throw some YA in there. I know that I'll have an easy time finding fantasy, so I wanted to add a little bit of sci-fi spice, basically. Not spice in that way. This is YA. Don't get any ideas. It's also Brandon Sanderson. Don't get any ideas whatsoever. So we have Starsight, sequel to Skyward. Skyward is about Spensa, whose father used to be a pilot. She lives in like a settlement on some other planet where the humans have, you know, begun living. And unfortunately for them, it's a little bit difficult to stay there because there's a hole in the sky where these aliens, I think they call them Krell, they continuously come down through this hole, and so they're always like training new pilots to fight back so they can keep living where they're living. And Spencer really wants to be a pilot. Her father used to be one, but her father is known as a traitor because during a fight he suddenly turned on his own people, and so they won't let Spencer become a pilot. And she kind of just goes like, well, whatever, I'm not a traitor, I don't care. And so she shows up at pilot school anyway. She's like, you know what, I'm here, teach me. Deal with it. All while also wanting to learn what happened to her father because she can't, like, she doesn't believe. There's no way he was a traitor. So it's about her kind of like learning a few things about what the heck is... Things are weird, okay? That's what it's about. Yeah. And I'm excited to see where this goes. I will need to go back to the ending of Skyward and just like remind myself a little bit, because if I recall correctly, there's a little bit of a hectic ending. Some things go down and I cannot remember exactly what those things were. So an ending I do remember is the predecessor, or the book before this one, which, listen, I've been putting this off for like, when did you come out? You came out last year, didn't you? You have to have been released in 2024. Yeah, I've been putting this off for over a year now, and if I don't get to this, maybe I'll have to wait until next summer because I want to binge this, and I can't do that with how thick this is. I can't really do that while I go to school, or I'd have to like do it over a weekend, but I have so many things I need to do during the weekends. So we gotta do it here during summer. House of Flaming Shadow by Sarah J. Maas, which is the last one of these books that I've not read. You know what I mean, yeah. And so we gotta get to it. I've been putting it off for over a year. I love her books, and there is literally no excuse to keep doing it. I'm just a little bit scared. Okay? I'm a little bit scared. But, it's been going on for too long by now. We gotta think Game of Thrones meets Buffy the Vampire Slayer with a drizzle of E.L. James. Did E.L. James not write 50 Shades of Grey? I'm slightly confused. That Telegraph, that does not really seem correct. What? When did BDSM enter the chat? I don't remember this. Did we read the same books? Anyway, so it's happening. at this point it's not really relevant to the contents of this book, what happens in the first one, but yeah, I'm not gonna it is, what would you call it? It's fantasy, high fantasy, but like urban because it's in the city, but it's a fictional city where all creatures basically exist, and there's a big universe. Bryce finds herself at a party while her friends are getting murdered, unfortunately for her, and she comes home, finds them dead in her apartment, and then she's heartbroken, of course, but also she's asked to, because the murderer is found and then imprisoned, but unfortunately like a year later the murders start to pick up again, same kind of motif, same MO, and same methods as well. And so she's asked by the police if they can, or if she can help them, police, if she can help them solve this murder case, since she's tied to it in some way because of her friends. It's a little bit odd, like why would they ask her? She's just a civilian, but hey, let's not question it. Without that, there would not be a book. And so she has to help this guy called Hunt figure out who the actual murderer is, because it can't be the guy who's in prison. Things are weird. We don't trust anybody. And, oh yeah, she's like, there's like Faye and he's an angel, and there's a lot of stuff. We love it. Was that the last one of physical books? Okay, so we have my two arcs. The one from last year, or maybe it was like 2023, is The God and the Gumiho, and it's by, I cannot remember. And it is by Sophie Kim. I'm a little bit bummed that I didn't get the adult edition of, the Fairy Loot edition of this book last year. Or was it the year before? No, it was 2024. Because it's, I don't know, the more that I hear about this book, the more I feel like it's actually quite fitting for me. I feel like I might actually really like it. So I have an arc of it, I haven't gone to it yet, but I got it last year and I really want to get to it now. So I hope to have time to read it here during my summer break. The description goes, Kim Honey, the once terrible Gumiho known as the Scarlet Fox, spends her days working at a cafe and trying not to let a certain customer irk her. Seoka, a trickster god thrown from the heavens for his attempt at a coup, spends his days hunting demons and irking a particular Gumiho. When a demon of darkness escapes the underworld and the Scarlet Fox emerges from hiding before quickly vanishing, Seoka is offered a chance at redemption. Kill them both, and his sins will be forgiven. But Hani is prepared to do anything to prevent Seoka from bringing her to justice, even trick her way into his investigation. So, The God and the Gumiho. I don't know, I feel like the more, because it's kind of one of those books that I've been keeping an eye on, and then sometimes I read like reviews of it and stuff, and I'm like, why didn't I get that book? And I'm so bothered. Ugh, FOMO. Anyway, well, belated FOMO, I suppose. I can't actually remember why I skipped it. I'm bummed. If I could go back and change it, I would. Then we have the last one, which I can see that I have misspelled in my, have I? Is that how you, did I misspell it? Oh gosh, that's embarrassing. Am I a reader? I am a reader. I should not be misspelling titles. The irresistible urge to fall for your enemy. That was not easy for me to say. Oh, I didn't misspell it. I'm so good. Hell yeah. This is by Bridget Knightley. I got an ARG of this. It is coming out on the 8th of July. We'll see if I manage to read it before it's released. I really want this book. It is a Hermione fanfic, and it just sounds like it's like right up my alley. Like, I don't know how to, it's romantasy, I think. I think you would consider it romantasy. Featuring a scholarly healer and a gentleman assassin. See, it sounds like it's, you know, typical Hermione. Perfect for fans that actually hate when they do this, when they do comparisons like this, because oftentimes I don't actually think the comparisons hit. Like, I don't think they hit correctly. But perfect for fans of The Love Hypothesis and Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies. I will say I loved The Love Hypothesis. I had a harder time with Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies because of the guy. I don't know. And also the way that it was written in the journal format, it got a little bit annoying to me. Maybe I should have taken pauses or something while reading. I don't really know. But there were parts of it that I just didn't. This is not a review video. I don't know why I'm reviewing. I like how they say this. A forced collaboration ensues because she's a healer. He needs healing. They are enemies, but she's doing her job. And then a forced collaboration ensues. The brilliant woman in STEM is coerced into working with the PhD in murders, much to Orian's disgust. So they're like reluctant allies, enemies, and you know, it's gonna be fun, I hope. Let's hope for the best. And I'll hopefully have some reading wrap-ups for you guys during the summer as well. I need to do like the best books that I've read so far this year because I have not had time to do any reading wrap-ups whatsoever. I have been sick and busy at the start of every month basically. So I had food poisoning at the start of April. I had pneumonia at the start of May. So I've generally not really had time for anything. It's been great. I cannot recommend. Anyway, so let's have some fun this summer and read a lot of books. Let me know if you have planned out any summer TBRs as well. Are you focusing on your physical TBR? Are you going all ham on ebooks? What do you think about the like books for seasons thing? Is that a thing you think about as well, or is it just my brain being weird? That would not surprise me. But let me know. Let me know if it made sense, because I feel like it did. But I might be alone in that. And if you read any of the books, let me know as well. I would love to know your thoughts on them, whether it's positive or negative. Feel free to share. Of course, this is not including the book club picks, but I don't want to include them in this video. So, but there are other books. So I have plenty of books that I'm planning to read. I actually have so many books to read. I should probably go read. Yes. That's all I got for you guys today. I will leave links to all of the books in the description box down below if you want to go check them out. Again, leave your thoughts down below, but I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, feel free to hit the thumbs up. And if you want to see more videos like this, but also all the other booktube stuff, definitely consider sticking around by clicking on the subscribe button. I'm going to leave you to it now, though. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye-bye! Oh, you know you're beautiful.